Good evening. Today is August 31st, end of the month. So we are almost approaching Christmas. Tomorrow would be September. September, October, November, December. 4 months time, it's Christmas time. Mhm. So I have three conference 1 hour ago. One for Zooming and one for Skyping and WhatsApp live video call conference. This buyer's mandate or buyer's agent, they said, Mrs. Ford, I have a buyer. We have the buyer. I said, okay. And our buyer is the bank. This is from Europe. So I was listening on Zoom conference. And immediately I can size up. And I told him, but I've given them the opportunity. I'm a good listener. But this buyer's agent, they don't listen. I'm a good listener. I let them talk and talk and talk and talk. So I told them, are you finished? Because I have to cut the conversation because I have people queuing to chat with me on Skype and on WhatsApp. Exactly the same, the first conference that we have, repeat and repeat and repeat again, that they have a buyer, which is the bank. And I told him, the bank will not entertain me. You are going to supply the bank. So you are a gold trader to buy gold from Mali in order to supply the bank. This is what I explained. The bank will not sign a contract with us because the money of the bank is people's money. So what I have said to this buyer's representative, let your buyer send Wilhelmina a formal letter of intent stating how many quantity the buyer wants, how many quantity that the buyer will supply the bank. So the buyer has to state on his company letterhead the quantity he needs, the carats, the purity, the destination, and the mode of payment is FOB. A minute you're gonna say is BLC, letter of standard of credit to me, you're gonna fail. This is not letter of credit. This is FOB. So what I have done to this buyer's agent, two of them on Zooming, I encourage them to explain to their buyer, start a trial. Because the first trial is very, very crucial. I wouldn't believe that your buyer can afford to pay $200 million or $100 million because they said their appetite is big. Well, we have also an appetite to supply. This is Mali, eh? So I told these two buyer's agent, take time to read again and digest it properly. So our conversation in Zooming is on the record because I have to send it to the head office. The financial controller has to listen. I told these two buyer's agent, one can speak English and the other one doesn't speak English. So the buyer's agent is a professional. He speaks fluent English. So he has to interpret to his partner. So I told this interpreter, you don't need to be scared because you will not be circumvent. A minute your buyer will send an LOI to you because you are acting on behalf of the buyer, you send it to Wilhelmina, attention, because Wilhelmina will validate your buyer. And upon receiving your buyer's letter of intent, I will advise Mali seller, the office, to proceed. First of all, I will ask the buyer a copy of his business registration and a copy of his passport copy, importation license, to bring it to Germany or to bring it to Dubai or to bring it to United States. And the proof of fund bank statement, the value of your order. This is what my explanation. So I encourage these two representative, the German representative, and also this guy from France. Read it, because your buyer would fail if you just keep the information of your buyer that you cannot send an LOI, because the seller wants to know who is the main buyer, because we will confirm your buyer's order and we will send the contract and we will send the vital information of the seller for you to validate as well. Before you will receive the seller's vital information on the contract, banking details, mining license, etc., attached on the contract, then that's the time you as the buyer can contact my seller. Yes. But my seller will tell you, go back to Mrs. Ford, because Mrs. Ford is our authorized mandate. I have the power to reject you guys. And I have the power to say yes or no. Now, if you are in Mali and then you've been stuck in Mali, that you have a company, I wouldn't be able to entertain you. Why? The seller would not deal with the buyer that already on the ground. Why? You were being window shopping, comparing prices to prices. And then if you cannot find the gold in Mali, then you come to Wilhelmina, because I'm the only person that you can find, whether on YouTube, on Facebook, on Google's. Wilhelmina's face and contact is online. I'm not hiding my face. You're gonna say, oh, I don't like Wilhelmina. Wilhelmina is a scammer. I don't know how much I scam you guys. I don't have any idea. Most of the buyer, they hate my guts. Good luck on them, because I'm not interested. I am only interested to deal with you if you are serious, because the seller hired me. I'm not going to spend time and waste my time talking to you. Bullshit. I am not a bullshit. Excuse my language. Most of you are bullshit artists. Yes, most of you. That is the reason why most of the buyer's agent are scared with Wilhelmina. You don't need to be scared, because no one is harming you. If you are on the ground, yes, your pocket will be harmed. Yes, because I was being harmed in Ghana. Yes, meaning to say I was being screwed in Ghana. That is the reason why I have the stigma in Ghana. I wouldn't touch you guys. No matter what, I was in Ghana. I tried to help the seller. They're crooked. They are crooked. Their mentality is crooked. Even in Sierra Leone, in Conakry, in Mali, some of the sellers are crooked as well. I only deal with the seller that is not crooked, because I'm going to travel with you. I will travel in advance. I know my seller. I've been to the office. But even though I know my seller, the seller would not pick up your call if the seller noticed that you are not really a serious buyer. Yes? They would not answer the phone. The weakness of the seller in Africa, when you make an appointment, they are not really prompt. You're gonna be frustrated. You will be. That's the reason why I said to my old video, do not travel without Wilhelmina. But when I travel with you, I do charge my travel cost. I am not giving you for free. This information I've given you in front of you, it's worth $1 million. But when I travel, yes, I do charge my services to cover my travel cost. From Australia to Mali, it costs money to buy ticket. From Australia to Mali, it costs money to stay in the hotel. So you are using my services. My services is not for free. I already given you free information through live video on YouTube and on Facebook. Be thankful that I'm the only person who provide this. Be thankful. So don't rush. Take time. Digest it properly. When you are ready, then you're going to say, well, Amina, I've been searching gold for many months and I found you on your YouTube channel. Thank God that I found you. I hereby send you my proposal in the form of letter of intent to purchase called LOI. I am a buyer. I am purchasing 20 kilos to start with. I am purchasing the gold to your seller in Mali for a long-term contract. First shipment, 20. The second shipment, 500. The third shipment, 1 ton. The fourth, 5 tons. Because I need you to start a trial. When you feel comfortable, you can tell Wilhelmina, we want more. On the contract, we will specify first shipment 20, let's say first shipment 100, second shipment 1 ton, third shipment 3 tons, 5 shipment, etc., etc. I'm just giving you an example. So don't bank on it. You're going to say, well, Amina, what is the price? That is a very good question. The price of gold, it varies day to day. Whatever the world market price today, the gold price today is down. Take advantage. We give you 8%. If a long-term contract, I will bargain on your behalf. I will ask my seller in Mali to give you 10%. And when you resell it 2%, you get 8%. I know that. So you don't need to hide. Because I've been to Dubai, I know I ask question. Dubai is crying for gold. But how could you get the gold if you cannot pay? The gold will not come to Dubai. The gold will not come to Germany. The gold will not come to Florida. Gold will not come to Hong Kong unless you have an export documentation that the gold is free of illegal activities. And the payment must be bank to bank. Now you must remember, when you have the contract, you have to inform your bank that you're going to buy valued goods in Africa. Why? Africa is a red flag of money laundering. Africa is a red flag of gold laundering. So now, did any seller explain to you like this? None whatsoever. There are so many launderers in Dubai. There's so many. There are gold launderers. There are diamond launderer. If you don't understand what is laundering, go online. What is the meaning of gold laundering and money laundering? Then you will understand. If you are cutting corner, you are part of launderer. Just like you have a dirty clothes and you put the dirty clothes on the washing machine. Then you wash your clothes in order to be clean. Exactly the same as money laundering. Exactly the same as gold laundering. I don't need to elaborate that. I want you to comprehend. Because you are not an amateur buyer. You are a gold trader. The bank is very wise. So that is the reason why you need to have a contract in order for you to borrow money in the bank. The bank will not release money to you unless the bank can see the SKR, unless the bank see the contract, unless the bank will see who is the seller. So the bank will scrutinize us. Before you will receive this vital information of my seller in Mali, Mrs. Ford will scrutinize you first. Whether you buy gold in Conakry and Sierra Leone, I am here to scrutinize you because I'm going to travel with you. Now, I just been to Africa last month. Don't deceive yourself. I meet a buyer who deceived himself. A minute you're gonna open a company, and then you're gonna say, well, Amina, I'm the buyer. And if the seller found out that you open a company, the seller would not touch you. To apply for a company, it's only cost $7,000. Let's say you open a shop. You're going to have a license to operate, but you don't have the supply. How could you operate your business if you don't have the supply? Mhm. Then when you open a company, you're asking for cheap price. You're asking more than the seller would offer. Gold is money. There's no way that you can get cheap gold. No way. I'm telling you. You will only get the cheap gold to the scammer. Mhm. They will ignite you. They will offer you cheap price. But a minute you arrive in that particular country, the price changes. Yes, I'm telling you, I'm not going to mention the name of the seller and the buyer so that they would not embarrass. I'm using the third party. I am protecting this stupid buyer that I know. So please, don't deceive yourself. Now, this buyer that I have a Zoom conference, they are very honest, but they're still confused. Now, let's talk about Mali, okay? So, Mali has tons of gold. Mali has more than 10 tons. I have the SKR, and it's a big organization. And my seller have 27 management members. One will say yes, 3 will say no. So that is the reason why you have to read the full corporate offer, whether you buy gold in Mali, Conakry, Sierra Leone, exactly the same. There is always government sales tax. In your country, when you buy something, plus government sales tax. Today, I do the shopping. The checkout didn't tell me, oh, this is the government sales tax 10%. He just the gentleman add the total of my groceries. When I look at the receipt, there was a government sales tax of 10%. I don't have any complaint. And you complain, oh, I don't want to pay valued added tax. Well, don't buy. Because everybody has to pay the value added tax. Government sales tax. That is an income of the government. The seller will remit that government sales tax end of the year. So you pay the gold plus government sales tax, plus the logistic, plus you need to insure. So there is always plus, plus, plus. So you got my point here? I just finished having a conference, 3 of them. We just keep on repeating and repeating and repeating, so I cut them off. I told him, go back and read. Thank you very much for our conference. These 3 guys, and read again. When your buyer understand and let your buyer read the full corporate offer, then Wilhelmina will believe it. So our conference is on the record. I sent it to my head office in Mali to listen. You know what my sellers in Mali was saying? Thank God, Mrs. Ford. You educate those buyers. They think that gold is bread. We mine the gold very hard under the heat of the sun, which is correct. So now, Mr. Buyer, whoever you are, pay attention to this video. Read. It says show more. Do not come to Wilhelmina unless you comprehend. Do not come if you're not certain that you are a buyer. To those buyer's agent, do not come to Wilhelmina if you don't understand. Do not come to Wilhelmina if cut and paste, because I'm not going to entertain. I want to see the buyer, whether the buyer is real or not. Yeah? I will release the SKR after the instruction of the financial controller. Yes, I will. I have the SKR here with me. I have everything because the seller hired Wilhelmina. The seller from Mali hired Wilhelmina. The seller from Sierra Leone hired Wilhelmina. The seller from Conakry hired Wilhelmina. But my seller in Conakry would not bring his gold to the security company because it cost money. Now, Mali gold deposited at security company in Bamako. There is a demurrage, but the seller paid in advance for 12 months. That's the reason why I was being instructed not to release the SKR, because those buyer or buyer's agent got the SKR, they will solicit, they will duplicate the SKR. That is a very, very dangerous. Thank you very much, Mr. Baya. I hope you listen to this video. It says click more, show more, subscribe, read the full corporate offer, then you get back to Wilhelmina with your intention to purchase called L.O.I, letter of intent to purchase. If you went to school, I'm sure you understand the meaning of money laundering. I'm sure you understand the meaning of gold laundering. I'm sure you understand the meaning of letter of intent to purchase. Thank you very much. Have a pleasant good evening.